Hi and welcome to this video. This is a 1958 German-made NSM fanfare jukebox. It's not quite restored yet. I'm about 80% way through it. Basically, the only thing I've got to do now is refit the key assembly, but it's still waiting to come back from the chrome platers. But basically, the rest of the machine is finished. So this is just a quick tour around of the machine, and I'll upload another video when it's up and working, which hopefully won't be too long. It's a cracking looking jukebox. It's very compact, and for 1958 I think the styling is absolutely brilliant. In contrast to all other jukeboxes that I know of, the record playing system is unique. It consists of a vertical shaft which the records are stacked on. The records then drop one at a time as the selections are played. The turntable revolves anti-clockwise for A sides and plays on the upper side of the tone arm, and the turntable resorts to clockwise rotation and plays on the bottom stylus for B sides. The machine is obviously not powered up at the moment, but I can demonstrate the record dropping mechanism by the manual button on the top. The cartridge originally fitted to this cartridge is a Schumann Marula mono cartridge, which obviously will not play stereo records, so I have in fact altered the tone arm. In fact, I've chopped the tone arm off and fitted an NSM cartridge from a later machine which is stereo compatible and will play the stereo records, obviously mono, but will still play them without damaging them. I know it's not totally original, but I don't see the point of having a jukebox that you can only play certain records on and can't play the more modern records. To accomplish this, I've had to fit a little preamp to boost the output from this cartridge, suitable for the high output crystal cartridge that the amplifier was designed for. But it works great. I haven't actually tried it in the jukebox yet, but I've tried it on the bench and it does its job perfectly. The back is mirrored and looks lovely. Same as the title racks, all got mirror writing in. The grille screen has been replaced because it was dented and kicked in, and the gold little rings and the fanfare legend I've had re-gold plated and put back on, which is a very fiddly job, but they look great. The sides of the jukebox, originally from the factory, were done in a lacquer, an epoxy lacquer, which splits over time and you just cannot do anything with it. So the machine has had its original sides stripped off and this laminate sides remade and put on. It's a high gloss black finish against the wood grain. The black gloss finish that you can see here has still got this protective layer on, which is why the edges look ragged. I haven't pulled the protective layer off yet. We have a little look round the back of the machine. That is the selection system. That is basically the pin bank and the selection system all in one unit. If I turn the light on, you'll be able to see it a bit better. That's the credit unit, and basically this is the chassis. That's the drop-in solenoid there in the centre. It's a very compact mechanism, but extremely fiddly to work on. If you're used to doing Rockolas or Wurlitzers, this is a whole new ball game. Especially the selection system. Very complex, but when you get your head around how it works, it is not too bad to repair anyway. Dropping down into the lower section of the machine, the back door hinges out, similar to what a Seaberg does. The amplifier bolted to the back door there. Very well made amplifier. Uses two EL34 output valves. I come round, there's the speaker, massive 15-inch speaker and two high frequency speakers at the top there, and that's obviously the coin mechanism. The little model you see there is a little radio remote control I fitted. Again, I know it's not totally original, but this jukebox is for my home use. It's not one I'm restoring to sell on. So I've made it more suitable for home use. It's got remote volume, remote on-off, and remote record reject. To save you having to go behind the machine. The record reject was a bit of a challenge because on this particular jukebox, end of trip and end of play trip and record reject is done mechanically, not electrically, as on all other jukeboxes I've ever seen. So that took a bit of figuring out and altering the solenoid so that which is there, which is the start of play solenoid, that is now energized via that remote control while the record's playing, and we'll bring in the automatic trip mechanism which will end play. If I turn on the remote control, I'll turn the machine on for you, just so that you can see it lit up. Obviously that's the lit up. I'll turn this light off on the little camera. You're not getting the full effect because obviously it's quite bright light in the workshop here, but the lights at night do look really good. Obviously this one you wouldn't normally be able to see behind the buttons, and this one has red and blue diffuser, which does look quite nice at night and reflects in the kick bar. At night it looks really nice. The button banks are still on the shelf here waiting to go back on. They've been restored as well, best as I can. I can't get replacement buttons, although they do look more or less identical to Seaberg buttons, but I haven't actually had two side by side to compare. They're red with like a sparkly finish in these NSM ones. If anybody knows if Seaberg ones will fit, please let me know. So that's basically it, the jukebox. When it's finished and working, I'll post it up on YouTube, because there's very little on the internet about these fanfare jukeboxes. I know there is one other video or one or two videos on YouTube about the NSM fanfare, but that's a later stereo model. This is the 1958 mono version. Very little about it. If you've got one and you're trying to restore it, as I was with this one, I scoured the internet trying to find information. There's very little about them, and getting a manual for one is very difficult as well, although I have now got a manual for it. The rare English version, because most of them are in German. Anyway, thanks for watching the video. Hope you found it interesting. When I eventually get it finished, which hopefully shouldn't be too long now, I'll post up another video. Thanks for watching.